This is Vasuki. I am going to do a simple demo of how we leverage the internet and online methods to disseminate education using Cafe Sensorium, and also how we manage Ashraya's Cafe and Sensorium projects, programs online using all online tools. We have highly leveraged online tools. Uh, so I'll talk about four things: our history and status of the website. I'll talk about the Cafe Sensorium student user experience. I'll talk about the teacher user experience, and then Cafe Sensorium management. From so let me start with number one. Initially, Ashraya, the website was a simple website, just having containing information about our Ashraya, because we only had Seed Sensorium for almost from 2007 when we started Seed Sensorium to 2019. We only had Seed Sensorium in Hanur Taluk, which is the on-site program where we have these different clubs: art club, science club, MLL club, book of the month club, computer club, and all-rounder club. We have these six clubs and the remedial club, all taught by teachers using a curriculum that we have set over the last so many years. And they go to these schools and they conduct the experiments in science. They teach them art and art club, so on and so forth. It's all done on site. Okay, in 2019, we decided to scale because the cost of scaling using on-site methods is very high, and it's also not scalable at all, right? Because finding teachers to add more schools, we had almost 9 schools, and to add more schools, we had to find more teachers, and it's just very difficult to find teachers in the village environment who know how to teach experiential subjects. Okay, not just theory. Finding teachers who can teach theory like math and science is easier, but experiential methods like doing science projects, teaching art, finding teachers in villages is very difficult. So we decided to take all the content we had built and bring it online. And since then, we launched Cafe Sensorium in 2019. We made our website be able to manage all this content and handle the student load and the teacher load. So now all the the Seed Sensorium teachers actually grade all the submissions made by students in Cafe Sensorium. We right now have 11 schools on Cafe Sensorium in Gundlupet Taluk and 8 schools in Seed Sensorium in Hanur Taluk, and Cafe Sensorium is all online. We only have 2 project coordinators, and they go and show them how to use the tablets, and the students access all this content using tablets that we have provided. We have deployed 110 tablets in these 11 schools, 10 tablets per school, and students access the content using the tablets. My project coordinators go and show them how to use these tablets on a weekly basis. They go to one school per day per club, and then my Seed Sensorium teachers actually grade these all the submissions made by students. Okay, so that is the history and status, and all the entire website is now transactional based. So it's not just content. It it is a very heavily used website, and we built this website using basically I built the website from scratch, learning WordPress technologies because we want to reduce the cost of building this website. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the Cafe Sensorium student user experience and the Cafe Sensorium teacher user experience. Okay, so let me go online. Uh, okay, this is a website, ashraya-usa.org. So here's all the tabs: the student registration, student account, student journey, teacher registration, teacher journey. So let me first walk through the user experience. So a new student will come here, will click on student registration, and the password is protected. Give me 1 second. Uh, so now, so sorry. the delay. Okay, so for the student registration, there's a password that we have given everybody. That is usually shared only by two students, and they come use the tablets and they enter the password, and then they see the student registration page, and they enter the first name, the last name, and everybody is given a user email address in Gmail. So the project coordinators create a Gmail address, and then they use a password, and then they select the taluk, whether it's Gundlupet or Hanur, and then the school. These are all the different schools that we have our programs in, and then they state whether they're a science club participant, art club participant, book of the month participant, MLL club participant, what do they participate in, and then many of these programs have students work in groups, and they would enter the group number if they work in specific groups, so that way we can track them. So once they do that, they submit this, and the student is registered. Okay, so that's the registration. So now let me go back to the, give me one second. So once a student is registered, then the registration happens only once. The project coordinators, the two project coordinators that I have, they register students. I think this year we have registered 715 students. Actually, I think 600. Let me see. What did I say in the status update? Give me one second. I think. Give me one second. Yeah, we have in Cafe Sensorium, we have right now 736 student participants and 680 unique students. Okay, because some students participate in multiple programs. So all of them have been registered already. Okay, so let me go back here. Okay, so then once a student is registered on a day-to-day basis for different clubs, so the six clubs that the students participate in, depending upon the club that they belong to. So they'll come here, and I'm going to use a fake ID. I'm not going to use a specific student ID. I'm going to use a fake ID to walk through what the students see. So this is when I say fake ID, this is not a real student. 9976579. So I log in as a student. Okay. Give me one second. Hmm, interesting. So let me log in. 9986579. Okay, it should work. Yes, so I'm logged in as a student. I can change the password and all that if I want to. So once I log in as a student, I go to the student journey. Okay, this is what a student does on a day-to-day basis. They log in as a student, they come to the student journey, and in the student journey, they can see the content in both the main page, both in English and in Kannada, because the students only know Kannada. The English is for the teachers. Some of the teachers know English, but the students only know Kannada, most of them. And these are the different clubs. Like I said, there's the MLL club, science club, art club, book of the month club, computer club, all rounder club. We don't have the Remedian club online. We only have that for Seed Sensorium. And then they manage the assignments and review the performance. Even the annual day last year, we ran the whole annual day online for Cafe Sensorium. Even the year-end certification that we do, where we do a final exam and we give them certificate, that's also done online. Okay, so those are the different parts of the student journey. So first, depending upon the club that the student participates in, based on the registration profiles that I showed you, only a few, they can only go to the clubs that they are registered to. Okay, so let's me now go to, for example, the science club, or yeah, any one of these clubs. Let me go to the science club. So they go to the science club, and again there'll be introduction and the videos to introduce the science club. Okay, and then some videos on. So basically, in every club, we talk about introduction of the club itself and some past videos of how students have worked in the club. Because remember, the Seed Sensorium provides us all the content for Cafe Sensorium. That's what makes Cafe Sensorium easy because we have developed this content over the last 10, 15 years where it really works in the villages because you have to build content that works in the village context. Okay, so all this content and all students demoing their projects in Seed Sensorium, we record these videos, and I'll show you how we do that. And my teachers record the videos, and we post these videos for Cafe Sensorium students to learn from, saying, "Hey, this is the ways other students have worked on these projects." Okay, so they see that, and then there's different lessons. So, for example, for Science Club, there are 11 lessons. So let's say they go to one lesson module matter. Okay. So they go to a lesson. Every lesson has the same different parts. There's the introduction, okay, in English and Kannada. Then the main lesson videos taught by my Seed Sensorium teachers. Sometimes I do the teaching myself. And then they can see the activity book of how to do the experiments. And then they also have a quiz. Okay, and then you can also see some sample student submissions of Seed Sensorium students in the past so they can know, hey, this is the way it's done. And then some path forward for learning as to what more they can learn from the YouTube, and we provide some external links as well. So that's the standard format. So they'll first watch the videos. Okay, for example, in science, we have the practicals and the theory. Theory would talk about what's this concept about, what's the concept that we're teaching in matter, and why is it important. And then they'll download this experiment guide. Okay, they'll go and download this. Okay, as you can see, and then they will download the quiz as well. Okay, they download the quiz. Okay, let me go back here. They download the quiz, and then okay, so that's the way they access the content. So let me go through one more. So for example, this is a science project. Okay, so they'll see again what's this project about, some main lesson videos. They'll get the activity guide, okay, for the projects. What materials for project they need materials, okay. So what materials they need, and some student demos in the past, and uh, and then path forward for learning. So same concept everywhere. So let me walk you through one more club. Okay, so all rounder club is interesting because all-rounder clubs of students who are the smartest students, and it encompasses all different parts, the art, science, and so on and so forth. Let me take one example, world of maps. Okay, so here, so there's some videos that I have created on what's a map. Okay, some activities around that, and the science project, there's a computer project, there's a math project, and then they can download the activity guide. Okay, and the science project activity guide, the computer. So if you look at the activity guide, they can download this, what they have to do, again in Kannada and English, and they can go back here and they can download the science project because in all rounders, you have all different components covered. Okay, so they download the science project, they find out how they actually do this. Okay, and then they can download the computer project activity guide as well, how they actually do that. So, and then they download all this, okay, and then they do all the work offline, okay. So once that is done, then let me go back here. Then they go back to submission. So they go back to the student journey, and here they have manage assignments and view your performance. Okay, they go and look at the submission. They want to now submit. So they go here to the actual club that they're working in. So let's say science club, they'll go to the science club, art club. Now, the submissions they make are two types because remember, this is not theory. This is all experiments and actual work, right? Like art club, computer club. So they do two kinds of submissions. One is images. For example, if it's a quiz, they will do it offline in a book, take a camera image using the camera and the tablet, and they upload it. Okay, art, same thing. Okay, but for science club, where they need to do projects, book of the month club, where they need to do dramas and write stories, MLR club, where they have to do activities, they might have to upload uh, images of work that they have done on paper, and they also have to do a video and upload the video. Okay, book of the month club. If they're doing a debate, they will do the debate and they'll take a video. Two people will do the. If it's a group of four, two people will do the video, and other two people will take the video, and they'll submit the video as a group. Okay, same thing with science club. Okay, so they'll go here. So science club, they'll go here, and then they will go and upload the assignments. Okay, and they can view all the assignments they've uploaded to date. I cannot show that because it's a fake student, like I said. And then if you're a real student, you will see for all the different lessons what's your score that has been provided by the teachers. Okay, it's all done online. Okay, I cannot see that because I don't have the passwords and usernames of all students. I know the username, but I don't know the passwords. Okay, so it's all done online. And if they want to do this for the computer club, they can go here, do the same thing, upload the assignments. They can see all the assignments that they've uploaded to date, and they can view the scores to date. Okay, so all done online. So like I said, they can see the content, they can download the content, um, they can see the videos, download the the quizzes and the activity guides. And then once they do these activities offline, they can upload the images and then they can upload the videos. Okay. So that's the student experience. Now let me log out as a student. Let me log out as a student. Now I'll come in as a teacher. Again, same thing for the teachers also, the teachers register, but of course, that doesn't happen all the time, right? Again, one second. So they come in and the teachers, oh, hold on. Nope, sorry. I do not know what the password is. DAMPA $345. Oh, sorry, it is different. Cafe Sensorium $20. Apologize. Cafe Sensorium. Okay, perfect. They come and write down their first name, last name. Are you a science club teacher, art club teacher, book of the month teacher, computer club teacher, so on and so forth. Okay, and you register. Okay, so once you register, then you go to teacher account. This is what my seat. Remember, there are only two project coordinators for Cafe Sensorium on site. But my Seed Sensorium teachers who actually go on site and teach in Seed Sensorium schools, they correct all the lessons of the Cafe Sensorium students. And they are based in Hanur Taluk, where the Cafe Sensorium mostly happens in Gundlupet Taluk, which is 100 kilometers away. So the teacher comes in, and I'm going to again use a fake ID. Okay, so 9986579. I log in. Okay, I'm a teacher now. I go to the teacher journey. Perfect. Now, some of these things are being used for the third part, which is the management of the whole program, Seed and Cafe Student program. But I'll talk about it in the third part of this demo. But as a teacher, you come in here, so you see the different clubs, right? Emerald Club, Book of the Month Club, Student Club, Art Club, so on and so forth. Okay, so let's say that I'm the teacher of the Art Club. So I'll go here. Okay, so Ramesh is the teacher of the Art Club. He will go here. Okay, and you can see all the submissions done to date. Okay, and for art club it's all images, as you can see. Okay, all the submissions done to date. Okay, all the way from August 2nd. I think I've restricted because I want to reduce the number of things that he sees, so I usually cut off like for the last 3 months or something like that. Okay, so he'll download this. For example, he'll see somebody's work, he'll download this and he can see it. Okay, he can see the work that has been submitted. Okay, uh, so he can see it, and then what he can do, he can come down here, and then he goes here to enter art club students course, and then he can see all this, and then he can go and score them. Okay, he can score them. Here you can see he can score them. Okay, so let's see this for example. Let's see the computer. Let's see for example the science club. Same thing. Nandish is a science club teacher. So he can see here, as you can see, there's images and then the videos. Images would be the quizzes, and the videos would be the actual experiments or the activities that they have done. So here is an example, download anyway. So I can now, as a teacher, I can download the video of the experiment that has been done. I can see the video. See, so they can see the. So I go back to the teacher journey. I click here. Okay, let me click back here. So he can see all the, he can download the submissions, both the videos and the images, and then he'll go here, and then he can see all the students that participate in this program. He can keep on loading more and more rows, okay, all the students who participate in the program, and he can enter the scores. As you can see, he's entered the scores for all the students here, okay. There are more than, I think, 120 students who participate in the science club. He can keep on loading more and more rows. Keep on finding more and more students and you can enter this course. Okay, so that is the teacher journey. Uh, so, and then as soon as they enter this course, then the students can see this course on the other side, as I showed you already. Okay. Uh, okay. So that's the teacher journey. So now I'm going to walk you through the last part of this demo of how we manage the entire program online. Okay, so my teachers, I have close to uh, one teacher per club in Seed Sensorium, art, science, computer, book of the month, MLL, remedial, uh, and what's the other one? Uh, I'm forgetting, all around the club. I've got teachers, and then one project coordinator on the Seed Sensorium and two project coordinators in Cafe Sensorium. I've got a project lead who manages the entire program, and me, okay, and my wife who's a treasurer. So we all have a weekly meeting, but on a day-to-day basis, what the teachers do and the coordinators as well, on a day-to-day basis, they submit videos of the work. Because in Seed Sensorium, remember, we do not have the luxury of knowing what students are doing, right? Because in Cafe Sensorium, this they they submit things online. So there's no need for them to do, I can see what they're submitting, okay? Because we need to track what people are doing, right? But in Seed Sensorium, it's an on-site program. So on a day-to-day basis, the teachers are actually sending videos of of what students are doing on a day-to-day basis. Okay, they send these videos, and that's the way we track how these teachers are teaching in these schools and the students are actually learning. And what I do, I every week I spend about 2 to 3 hours time, or sometimes more than that, to review these videos and provide them feedback. I do this once a week, so I've not done it in the last 2 weeks, but let me show you some feedback I would have provided. Give me 1 second. Uh, Second, I'm going to show you some feedback I would have provided. So I review all these videos, like I said, once a week or once in 2 weeks. I'm trying to find something where I've done the reviews so that you can take a look at it. Yeah, so here are some reviews I would have provided for all the videos. See, and I even send the invites for the Google Meets that we have once a week. Yes, here you go. See this. These are some feedback that I would provide. I would go through all of them. I'd say how you're doing some good work or you're not, the work is not good. So I keep on teaching them how they should be modifying what they're teaching the students in terms of experimentation, science club, in terms of the artwork, provide them both positive and constructive feedback. Okay. Uh, so this is what's happening on a day-to-day basis. And then on a weekly basis, what happens is, now let me go to the weekly management. So on the weekly basis, what happens is that if you remember the teacher's journey, there are three parts, right? There was this part where the teachers actually grade the student submissions. And then on the top, there are some information, the section one and section two. So if you click on student information, so I can see all the students that have registered online, okay, for this year. So close to 1,426 student registrations. Of course, many of them are even old students from previous year because we don't delete them. Okay, so this year, like I said, there are about 720 registrations. So we can see the user registrations. Okay, this is happening automatically because students register. We can see it. I can also see for Cafe Sensorium. All remember I showed you teachers can see the submissions by students for their respective clubs, but I can see or even they can see if they want to all the submissions done to date. Like for example, this year like close to I don't know how many submissions have been done. Close to 5,436 submissions have been done. You can see that, right? From June 2020, including all clubs, right? So, what club, what school, what club, what taluk, what lesson number, who is the student, and what's the file. Okay, the particular lesson could have multiple submissions. It could be JPEGs, could be videos, so on and so forth. So you could see everything in one place, all student uploads. Okay, but the teachers only look at the submissions for their particular club. Okay, then on a weekly basis, what we do is we track the progress. Okay, so for Cafe Sensorium, the statistics is all done automatically. So the teachers don't need to do anything because we can see based on the registrations, for example, how many students have registered by school in Cafe Sensorium for by club. Okay, by school and by club. Like for example, if you look at Nenekate School or let's look at Gundalpet School, 181 registrations, 14 participate in the science club, 23 in the art club, so on and so forth. And how many unique students, how many total students? Because there are overlaps, right? Because there are some students who participate in multiple clubs. We don't want this overlap to be more than 25%. Okay, we want the overlap because we want some bright students to participate in multiple clubs, but we don't want it to be too high as well. Too much overlap, then we are not penetrating the student population as much as we want to. So our average penetration is about overlap is around 17% this year. So there are 680 unique students, and there's 736 student club intersects. So it's 17% overall overlap. Some schools are a bit higher than others, but that's okay. Because small schools, for example, where there are not enough students, the overlap will be a bit higher than bigger schools. Um, okay. And then as students make submissions, this also tracks in what lesson students have made the submissions, lesson one, lesson two, lesson three, how many submissions have been made, and what percentage of students have submitted because we know how many students have registered. And then so for example, what percentage completion on submissions, and then when the teachers score, we can also see what percentage of lessons have been scored. Okay, typically the scoring will lag the submissions by 1 or 2 weeks. As students make submissions, the teachers will start correcting. Typically they take a week to make the corrections. Okay, so this is all done automatically. And then you can even now go and deep dive on a particular school if you want. Like I can go to a particular school, I can see, for example, the statistics on that school. Like for example, I want to see for, let's say, Gundalpet, I want to see on the science club. Okay. So this will tell me who are all the students, what lessons have been submitted, okay, what lessons have been scored. Okay. So I can see by specifically by school, by club, okay, everything that's going on. So this, like I said, is happening automatically. And we review this on a weekly basis on our in our meetings. We have a meeting once a week, okay? But a seed sensorium, That luxury does not exist because on-site, right? The teacher, I've given them a template, and the teachers enter all this. Okay, so they enter the data. My project coordinator enters the data on the registrations, and the teachers enter the scores. Like for example, if I go here for the science club, okay, so the registrations happen uh, once a year, and we register all the different students, but different clubs. Like for example, Kannur School student, what clubs do they participate in? Those registrations happen once a year. Once the registrations happen, as as students participate in the different club, for example, the science club teacher will enter the scores for the different lessons for the different students in the different schools. Same thing for the MLL club, same thing for the art club, same the book of the month club. We also have a remedy program, and then we also track for seed sensorium. We do one additional thing that we don't do for cafe sensorium, where we track the learning levels. Like what level one is yellow, level two is red, level three is green, level four is blue. We track the learning levels because we do this once in 2 months. Based on this learning level tracking, we find the students who are the lowest learning levels and put them in a remedial club program. And these are the students in the remedial club program. And we try to improve the learning levels. We track the learning levels before versus after. Okay. So we do that. Like for example, somebody was learning level one, they went to learning level two after the remedial. It's usually done in batches of 3 batches per year. Okay. So once they enter all this, then we can get the statistics, overall statistics, right? Same thing like FA sensorium. Okay, how many students have registered? What's the overlap? The overlap in seed sensorium is 22%. Total students club intersects is 661, and unique students is 515. Okay, and scores, right? Uh, I cannot see the submissions, but I can see the scores, right? What scores and what percentage of students have received scores based on the registrations. I can do it by club, uh, book of the month club, MLR club, computer club, so on and so forth. So the difference between seed and cafe sensorium is that in cafe sensorium, teachers don't need to do anything as as they score. We can see everything, but for cafe sensorium, sorry, for seed sensorium, they have to. Uh, the teachers have to actually enter the scores, and the project coordinator has to make the registrations and track the GROB levels. Okay, so that is the two things that we track: project monitor and cafe sensorium project monitor. Sorry, seed sensorium project monitor and cafe sensorium statistics. We also track action items online. Okay, so this is usually a lot of action items at the beginning of the year, right? Creating job contracts, going to configure new laptops, update content, so on and so forth. We track. The action items come down as the year progresses once things stabilize. But at the beginning of the year, there'll be typically a lot of action items. So we track them. Uh, then we also do a biweekly audit. My project coordinator does an audit, especially in Seed Sensorium. Okay, we do an audit by school. How many submissions have been made? How many? The project coordinator goes and sees whether the teachers are actually doing their work, and also he audits how many books are there in the library because we also have a library in Seed Sensorium. We don't have library in Cafe Sensorium. How many books are there in the library? How many marked absences, so on and so forth. We track that. Okay. We also for the Seed Sensorium, I do not have. I can, of course, in the WhatsApp channel, I can see all the submissions, but but I also ask the teachers to upload the best submissions of the Seed Sensorium program, and even the Cafe Sensorium program. They download and they see the best, so that way I need to review only the best submissions. They do that. Okay, and then timesheets. We track timesheets. We started doing this recently. Okay, if teachers take absence, holidays, a lot of holidays in some of these schools, we track holidays and whether there are no classes or vacations or sick days. Okay, uh, beginning of the year, we start with a plan. Okay, and how we want to do this. Uh, we don't track this anymore because since everything is done online, we don't need to track this. Okay, so the main things that we track is the user student information. All students are uploaded to date. The Seed Sensorium project monitor, the Cafe Sensorium statistics, the action item, the timesheets, the expense tracker. Like for example, as we spend money, because for many of these programs, we have to spend money on a continuous basis, right? Xerox copies, art materials, science, we spend a lot of money on buying art materials, project materials, so on and so forth. And my project coordinators, as they buy stuff, they enter how much money they have spent. So we track that also online. Okay, so as you can see, everything we do, we track online using the WhatsApp channel. So we have a WhatsApp channel, like I showed you, we have a WhatsApp channel for Seed Sensorium, WhatsApp channel for Cafe Sensorium as well here. Okay, but for Cafe Sensorium, they don't need to upload anything because you can see everything online. And then we also on a weekly basis, we in our weekly meetings, we have a 90-minute weekly meeting on Sundays. We track all the progress made. Okay, so let me go back here. So I went through the website history, the student user experience, the teacher user experience, and how we manage the Cafe and Seed Sensorium programs online during our weekly meetings and reviewing all the videos and all the submissions. Thank you so much. Hope this was useful and informative. Okay, sorry, the last thing I want to talk about is how we update our website and where we go from here. In terms of updates, we do three kinds of updates. We add new content to existing lessons. Uh, like, for example, recently we started teaching real life examples. So I'll show this real life examples in different science subjects. For example, if you have a project on combustion, show a real life example where combustion is applied in real life. We do a project on action and reaction, which is Newton's third law. So real life examples of where they can see action and reaction happening. Okay, so we add new content to existing lessons. Second one is we add new lessons. So this is, sorry, new content to existing lessons. Okay, then new lessons. We keep on adding new lessons to keep things interesting. Okay, and we also, yeah, as we do more and more these projects and these lessons in C Sensorium and Cafe Sensorium, we upload we upload student demos, okay, onto the website, because proof always lies in the pudding, right? Like, for example, if new students see other old students performing demos, performing projects, or doing debates, they learn from them, because you learn from your own peers, not only from your own teachers. Your teachers teach, but you always learn from your own peers. So we upload student demos as we find the best student demos for this year, best student submissions. So we upload them into the website. We drink our own Kool-Aid, if you will, so that other students can learn from it. So those are the three kinds of updates. Over time, as we stabilize, we do less and less of this, but this will always be the case. And then where we go from here, we want to add new clubs. All clubs that we create will be experiential clubs with no theory. We want to add an agricultural club. Maybe right now the drama club is part of the book of the month club. Maybe we want to create a separate drama club, maybe a music club. Okay, so we're thinking about it. Okay, of course, we have to find people who are interested in helping us build this content, like music. I do not know the theory, but most of the content for the clubs that we have so far, I've built it myself or with people that we know. But over time, as we add new clubs, we definitely need people to help us there. Okay, we also want to translate our content to new languages so that we can deploy it in newer languages like maybe Tamil or we'll always keep it in the vernacular because we're dealing with villages. We're not dealing with urban areas. So it has to be different languages. English does not work in these villages. And then we also want to build a franchisee model. We want to deploy it to other orgs. Like, for example, if there's a nonprofit organization operating in other parts of Karnataka or maybe in Tamil Nadu, we can franchise it to them and they can take the content and run the programs. We'll provide the training materials. We'll train them with our teachers so they can do it on their own. Okay, that's the third place we want to go from here. And then we definitely, the whole website was built by me. I'm not I'm not a programmer. I learned as I went along. So far, so good. It's been working for the last 3 years. But I think, especially if you want to build a franchisee model, if you want to create translate the content to new languages, we definitely need better website maintenance, scalable website. We need web programmers who can help us there and maintain the website on an ongoing basis. Okay, so those are the four things that we want to do as we proceed. Thank you so much for listening to this and seeing this. Please let us know if you have any questions. Take care.